Hello and welcome into collecting in 2025. Today I'm going to give you 5 methods on collecting in 2025 and a couple ways to store your cards in 2025. So I'm going to be rating these methods between 1 and 10. So let's jump right into this. Method 1 is sports cards dealerships. Sports cards dealerships have their pros and cons. The pros, you get just about any cards you want. Con, it's at full price. So if you're looking for a specific card for your collection, I'd highly recommend a sports cards dealership. So I'd rate them 7 out of 10. So yeah, pretty good to go to a sports cards dealership. Selling cards there, you get a fair price, but it's not full price. So yeah, not a bad place to get cards at sports cards dealership. You can also get unopened packs at sports cards dealerships. They do cost like $30-40, but if you can get good cards, it's worth it. Just know that you may be disappointed. Okay, moving on to method 2, eBay. eBay, great place to buy and sell your cards. Buying cards there, you most of the time can get good cards for good prices. And you can sell cards there for good prices. Everything on eBay is really good. I'd highly recommend. I give it an 8 out of 10. Because you can buy the cards there for... You can buy a good card for maybe half the price of what it's normally worth. And then you can turn around and sell it someplace else for full price. And make some money on it. Or, if you want a good card and you don't want to spend all the money on it, you could go to eBay, get the card, and add it to your collection. Either way, eBay's a great place. 8 out of 10 for me. Moving on to method 3, which is in thrift stores. Debatable. They've got pros and cons. One of the cons is there's not normally sports cards at thrift stores. I think you could get really good cards if you got lucky before other people bought them. But most of the time they're actually not too bad cards. I got some 60-70 cards at a thrift store for $2 a pop per like 20 cards. Really great prices for for cards. The conditionings on the card are not great, so most of the time they've got a little bit of damage on them, so see if you can watch for those. No, most of the time they don't put it up if it's for sale if it's too damaged, but watch out for that, because those affect the price greatly. Anyway, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 thrift stores. Moving on, garage sales. Garage sales are great, actually. You can go to them. You can check websites to see where sports cards are being sold at garage sales and go to those garage sales to get sports cards. I did that last summer and I got some pretty good cards. I got this, which is not too good of a baseball card set, but I got it for $5 and I had a Jeff Bagwell card in there. I got some 1991 or 1999 rookies and traded, which wasn't bad. And I got a USA baseball set for $7. And I did get an autograph card out of that. The best autograph card in there is like $20, but still not bad. So you can get sets of cards and a bunch of things like garage sales. Some people know what they have when they have cards, so they'll price them high. But if you can get lucky and find a garage sale that person doesn't know exactly what they have, you can probably get some pretty good steals there. Going on to method 5, final method. Oh, I'd rank the garage selling 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Okay. Method 5, antique stores. Yeah, you will most of the time find sports cards at antique stores. That's like a standard with every antique store. But and the cards age varies like to 60s to early 2000s or late 90s. So you won't get newer cards, but you'll get good cards. I got some packs at antique stores for, I did get them for like $15-20 because they are expensive, but I did get some good cards out of there. Got some sticker cards and some other cards. So I give it a 6.5 out of 10. So it's not the best method, but it is a pretty good method if you want older cards. And you can get unopened packs at antique stores for $30-40. So you could get lucky and get some really good cards. But that's about it for antique stores. Okay, we've gone from methods of collecting. Let's move on to storing. Storing cards in 2025. 10 out of 10, best storing method in all baseball cards is binder and sheets to go in the binder. It's amazing. Probably not, actually it might not be 10 out of 10. It's probably like 8, 9, or 10. Don't pack these too heavily like I did. I loaded this thing way too much, so I'm going to have to transfer cards, but get to view all the cards you want. Just flip the page, you can see transfer cards, but get to view all the cards you want. Just flip the page, you can see the fronts and backs. Something I see a lot of people do is put the cards in back to back in their binders, which, like, people will have them on this side and then you flip it over and you can see another player. You must have their backs or they will stick together and damage the card. Like, I've seen way too many people do that, put them back to back, so just a helpful tip out there. Don't put your cards back to back in the sleeves. Yeah, I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10 as a collecting method. Other methods of storing your cards. This one is not the best method. I mean, it is for 1 card or 2 card. This method for 1 card or 2 card is thick plastic containers. It'll hold 1 or 2 cards really, really well, which I really like. I've got my $300 Derek Jeter in here. It's solid plastic, so hard to break through. Bunch of other autographed cards in here too. Got a Royce Lewis and CJ Stroud in plastic wraps, just to be protective of them. And I did it in the screw ones. The screw ones, hard plastic, really highly advised if you want to keep a good card safe. Is it good for quantities? No, but it is good for a specific card, yes. So I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Containers, on the other hand, not the best method to collect if you don't have... It is good if you don't have time to put all the cards in sleeves, but... Or if you don't have enough sleeves. Putting them in sports card boxes and containers is a good way of storing them. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, so it's not the best way to store them, but it is a good way to store bunches of cards. Another method of storing cards is in their original package. This way you can save the original package, put it up in display, and store your cards. Got this one full of cards. This is basically unopened. The lid's a little bit damaged, so I might sell this actually. This 1991 traded set, because it has all the cards in it. So you normally get a bigger price if you have the box when you sell your cards. So you can put all the correct cards back in the box and sell the box. Great method. So I'd give that, storing them in their original purchase bag, I'd give it 8.5 out of 10. 8.5, 9 out of 10. Is there any other ways of collecting? There is like little plastic containers for holding cards. That's good for packs of, it's good for 30, 40 cards. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, same as big container. And I think that'll do it for all the methods of collecting and storing in 2025. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. and have fun with your baseball cards out there, folks. I'll see you next time.